So with our youth shooting sheet, as we go layups, is just a different angle that we can use layups from. So we put a cone at the elbow. They're working through, just driving a little more from up top. And again, they're keeping track of how many they take and how many they make. So there's no right or wrong. You could do the Mikan drill. You could do any of these as far as tracking your layups. But I like to get a little multi-skill, so they're getting some ball handling in and simply changing the locations of where they take those layups from. Some different angles we can get our layups in. So we're working on getting layups in off of the wing. You don't have to put any of these cones out, but we set 2 cones out at the bottom. Shout out to Coach Troshak, triangle layups. Showed me this drill for youth basketball players. Gives them a good guide to use the backboard, trying to get it off the glass. And so right now they're keeping track of how many they take and how many they make, and then we're putting it down in our sheet. Good, good, way to go. Another way we can work on our finishes is adding dribble moves and obviously different finishing types. So for our base players, maybe just getting the basketball up off the backboard is very, very important, and that's a start for us. But for our older players, you still want to be a part of this shooting program. Add finishing moves, add up and unders. You can add pro hop spins, whatever type of moves you like. And here's an example of what you might do off the dribble. Add some ball handling in as well. So if I'm here, let's start back. So I'm going to do a stationary and on the move. Man. So that was on the move walking in. Get another move in stationary. Coming out. I'm getting some different things in. Another one in here. So again, being a little more creative, adding some ball handling moves in, getting some dribble moves in, not only coming in, but working back out, and then adding in some finishing types. And again, I'm tracking how many I take and how many I make, putting them all together in our shooting workout. Get after it. So we're going off the backboard, right side. These are spin outs. So again, if you're by yourself, you don't have anybody to rebound for you, instead of just constantly shooting with that rebounder, you can spin it out to yourself. They're working on a pivot, getting it up off the glass. I asked them to shoot it around the block, so it is a little bit more, especially for a 3rd or 4th grader, it's a little more of a jump shot than like a layup. And so that's some of the skills that they're working on. You know, even though we're concentrating on shooting the ball, you know, we're getting some footwork in, we're getting some catching, we're working on shooting. And this is one of the ways we can get those right side off the backboard jump shots in. So again, we're going left side off the glass, going off the dribble this time instead of off of a catch and pivot. Simply getting some ball handling in, dribbling out, dribbling back in, trying to get a good base and kiss it off the glass. We're going elbow jump shots. We're going to go off the catch and off of the pull-up. Had them partner up for this one, so right here we're just getting 5 catch and shoot jump shots in, keeping track of makes, keeping track of takes, and then they'll switch. And if you don't have a rebounder for you, spinning it out to yourself, getting to a spot, great way that we can work on that as well. Left elbow jumpers off the dribble. If you're getting a rebound for yourself like these guys are, simply working on dribbling out, getting squared up, getting up into their shot, concentrating on holding our follow through. You know, really at the youth level when it comes to shooting, are we getting balance? Is our hand in the center of the ball? And then are we getting enough power on our shot, trying to keep that ball moving? As we go through our shooting workout, we're working on the baselines. Right baseline right here, no rebounder, no problem. Work on that spin out, coming off of a screen, hands ready, and get down and up into that shot. Depending on your level, your age, you can vary the distance, where you're shooting the ball from. One more. All right, so if I was tracking that and I wanted to shoot 5 of those on each side, I shot 5, I made 5, I just go 5-5, and then I would work on the left baseline doing that same series. If you want to do baseline jumpers off the dribble, it's a great spot to do it. I can spin it out to myself. I'm at the wing, boom, driving down, lifting up. Here, spin out. And that'd be an example of a baseline jump shot, shooting it off the dribble. You know, the last one you could do that would be a good location is working on your corner catch, add a shot fake if you like, and then working on getting down and up into a jump shot right there is a great spot to work on those baseline pull-ups as well. Here, top of the keys, obviously the 3-point line up top. If you're a younger player, you don't shoot these threes. We're not ready for that yet. If you're a high school player, older junior high player, that's a good spot for you. Shoot those threes at the top of the key, but don't be afraid to label it in your shooting workout. It might be, 15, 16 feet. We're just working on that progression. Maybe you're doing this series and you're inside the foul line, but you're straight on and you're working on shooting from the top of the key. No rebounder, no problem. Just work on getting your base, keeping that basketball straight as we shoot the rock. Okay, as we do free throws in our workout, I like to mix these in throughout the workout. So some people like to do them in one big block, and I'm not saying you can't do that, but what I would recommend is you do some right hand layups, some left hand layups, shoot a couple free throws. You do some jump shots off the dribble or off the catch, you shoot some free throws. And you mix these in and just keep the tally going out throughout the course of your workout. Because in a game, you're not going to sit there and shoot 10 free throws, right? You're going to shoot 1 or 2. That's it. So that's a great way to work on them in practice. Unless you're at a point where you really want to concentrate on like the technique piece, the technique, then I would shoot a bunch of free throws. But as far as transitioning into game application, do something else. You can get tired, be fresh, come right in off the bench, whatever that might be, sprinkle in shooting 2 free throws. And then getting back in, it's just much more realistic for what we're trying to work on. And I love shooting free throws when you're tired. I like shooting free throws when you're fresh. I mean, what if you're the 6th man, you've been sitting on the bench for a while, and then you check into the game and then you get fouled right away. You're completely fresh. That foul line can be pretty uncomfortable, right? So get comfortable shooting free throws regardless of how you feel. Here's an example of what a sample shooting workout would look like and how you would track it on your shooting sheet. So if you can come over here and take a quick look. So first number is how many I made. Second number in the box is how many that I've taken. I just put my initials for name, I put the date, and we keep adding all of these up until I get to the end. This example would have been 112 makes, 161 takes. And if you happen to shoot any other extra shots throughout the workout that maybe you don't think wouldn't go in any of these categories, then I would kind of add them in outside here and put them into your total. But this is an example of what one of those sheets would look like if you were to do our Kramer basketball shooting program this March.